Hey everyone, so all things considered, I thought we would space out today. Let's go.
Gotta get it how it goes now. You gotta take it off the nose. It's off the nose. Gotta get back in control now. Let's stop believing in ourselves. It's off the nose.
Hey guys, today's show is brought to you by Storyworth. Unique gift like nothing else. 20 bucks off when you use the URL /offthenose. Check it out, DAD Day, right around the corner. This gift, he might just forgive you for all your bullshit. Plexiderm. Plexiderm is a serum that will make you tight for up to 10 hours. I promise. 67% off. Guys, yeah, you too. Check it out. MealEnders. Are you doing a little too much snacking these days? Stop the cravings, stop overeating, pop a lozenge, 20% off when you use /offthenose. How about Warby Parker? Do you need to change it up a little bit? I'm telling you, you do. Warby Parker, awesome vintage inspired prescription glasses, 5 pairs, 5 days free trial when you go to /offthenose. So maybe life would be better in space right now. I mean, certainly we're struggling to figure it out here on Earth. Just saying, you know, I'm talking about you and me in space, like on a different planet. Hey, it's closer than you think, I promise. And guess what? When you leave this Earth, okay, apparently there is this thing called an overview effect that happens. It's a phenomenon that gives you this perspective. You feeling me here? And all astronauts say gives you a sense of oneness as you look back on this big planet Earth and feel very small, but together. Yeah. You know what I'm thinking, right? Yes, I'm thinking, who do we know that could use some new perspective and maybe a lesson on oneness? Okay, so yes, I think we all, myself included, could burst to what they call the Kármán line, 62 miles above sea level, and pick up a thing or two, right? A little bit of, hey, there's a bigger world out there. Certainly could help all of us, absolutely. But what about the first non-astronaut, human, you and me, right? American mission that will go beyond this Kármán line and to other planets, right? A longer mission, a longer reform, if you will. What does that look like? Who would you stick on that first mission? I've got some thoughts. Yeah. How about let's start the first mission with every politician, because I don't think I'll get much argument there. I don't care what side you're on. They all lie. And they all are caring about getting elected next. So maybe we could send them out there. They're on the first mission, for sure. Every politician, okay? Second, how about every cop who has been accused of something or had a claim filed against them and remains on the force? Because that makes sense. Yeah. I'd like to say all cops because I think it's good for all of us, but I've seen some pretty remarkable things this week. So let's not put all cops out there. Let's talk about the cops that need to go on this first mission, right? And you gotta throw lawyers on there. I've got lawyer friends, but my God, most of them are just bastards. So let's put the lawyers on there, all right? We've got all the politicians, we've got the bad cops, and we've got the lawyers. They all go out on the first mission and hopefully get a perspective before they come on back, right? It's just a thought, people. You know, there's also a group that could stay out there a while. You know, orbit around a little bit, percolate. I think there could be blacks and whites on this mission because both sides need to learn about each other, you know? So maybe if you have no experience with another race, to no fault of your own, we're raised in the environments we're raised in, but you know, if you've never dated somebody or, I don't know, had someone sleep over or gone on a trip with somebody, something significant, more than, you know, sharing tacos on Tuesdays, I think you should go on a mission together. Yep. Stay up there for a while. Figure out how to use the zero gravity toilet. You know, share. You got to float stuff around, you're floating around, you're figuring it out. I think you're going to feel pretty vulnerable, and maybe you'll open your eyes and learn a thing or two that not everybody looks like you or grew up like you. Right? That could be a mission. Another mission I dream about is one to the land of Venus. Okay, now this would be a trick mission, people, but we can make it sound really good. I mean, just the word Venus sounds good, right? So it's a beautiful island. It's hot. Yeah, in fact, Venus is 400 degrees hot. You like that? I like it. I know, right? 400 degrees there. And you know what else is cool? We can say, oh, and it gets a lovely afternoon rain. Yeah, we don't need to tell them that it's bouts of acid rain. So who's going to Venus? Well, I've got a few ideas. How about rapists and sex offenders and child predators and molesters and anybody that doesn't want to go on the first two missions, you know? They don't want to be part of the society. They don't want to learn about anybody else. Let's send them to the island of Venus. And guess what? That rocket ship comes back empty. Yup. You like the sound of that, right? I know I do. And it would be well worth the cost and better reform than jail, you know? You know, the most habitable planet is Mars. Yeah, and there's no BS there because nobody lives there, but still, this sounds very appealing right now, and maybe like a lot less work. On Mars, they actually think there is water. Super exciting. 1 day in Mars is like 1 day here. It's 24 hours, unlike any other planets. And what else? There's enough sunlight to have solar panels. Yeah, so it's not too hot, not too cold. Mars is sounding pretty good. So there's some real opportunity here, people, to space out. I'm telling you, celebrities understand this. Now, I don't think they understand it from what I'm talking about, but they're certainly interested in it. You've got a long list of celebrities that have already bought their $250,000 ticket, you know, and I don't blame Biebs or Leo or, you know, Kutcher or Tom Hanks. I mean, if you're in a movie called Apollo, you kind of got to have a ticket. So I get it, and there's others. So I'm not claiming that they need some new perspective, but yeah, maybe. But this $250,000 seat, this price is going to come down. And you know who's leading the charge? Elon. Okay, I don't know if you like Elon or if you like everything Elon says. He's pretty controversial. However, you gotta appreciate somebody who thinks out of this hemisphere, honestly, and is a disruptor and wants to think about what could the world be? You know, what could it be? It's like mind-bending, crazy thoughts what it could be. Not like, how do we improve? Let's put a plan together. Pop, 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 pop. No, he's out there. And I don't know if he is on something to get out there or if he's just wired differently, but I love me some Elon because I love people that are out there doing that for us to make it a better world for us. So Elon's leading the way, and if anybody paid any attention to what happened Saturday, it was a big freaking deal and you should have paid attention. So this launch of this company called SpaceX, owned by Elon, 9-year dream come to fruition. The first launch didn't happen because of the weather. Saturday it happened. And, you know, I was sitting on the curb of the street because I was out exercising, but I knew it was at 3:30 and I was like, you know, this is pretty amazing. We've not done this since 2011, so right there, it's amazing. And it's amazing that it's a private company, you know, collaborating with government. I was like, this is cool. So Crew Dragon went into space. 19 hours later, was at the International Space Station. Super cool. You know, Bob and Doug are the guys up there. Bob and Doug had $55 million seats. Yeah, not cheap to go to the International Space Station, but they'll be up there for 30 to 120 days, not doing a whole lot. I mean, you know, having a little space fun, which is cool. Really, it was just to check the boxes. So now SpaceX is approved to go do even cooler shit. So that's awesome. They also sent up 60 satellites yesterday to collect a bunch of information on I don't know what, but I'm excited to hear about it for sure. SpaceX isn't alone. You know, I will say one more time, Elon was first, but he's not alone. There's also the cool Richard Branson. That's right, Virgin. He started Galactica. He sold like over 650 seats at $250K a pop. So that's gonna happen too, and that's super exciting. Love Richard Branson. I've got his book on my shelf. You know, I read the story once, a teacher, he was not a good student apparently, according to this article, and I think he was dyslexic as well. And a teacher said to him, you're either gonna go to jail or be a millionaire. I don't know which. And Branson's a billionaire. So there you go. One of them happened. And then some. So Richard Branson, another dreamer, you know, disruptor. I mean, off the nose, right? Can't leave out Bezos. Yeah, no, we all have different feelings about Bezos, but the dude's got money and he's behind Blue Origin, and Blue Origin is making significant strides too, also selling seats to take non-astronauts eventually into space. Right now it's, you know, researchers and teachers and stuff like that. Also, you can send payloads to space, which is like, you know, sending a bunch of equipment up there to see what works and what doesn't. So there's lots of cool stuff, you know, going on, but all of this working with private companies is happening because Trump believes in privatization, you know, the hybrid, ding, ding, ding. So he wants us to get back on the moon by 2024, okay? Every president puts some goal out there and that's awesome. But, you know, in 2010, we really had a setback. Obama wanted us to do a reset. And this isn't like slam Obama, but he did want to reset and cut the funding. He wanted a different strategy. Cool, all right. But with the money cut, we started relying on Russia. Yeah. So if you wanted to get to space, you did it through Russia. That sucks since we're America, but whatever. For all my Russian fans out there, this guy named Richard Garriott, he's a video game developer apparently, must have sold something big, but anyway, he paid Russia 30 million bucks and flew around in space for 12 days. Super cool, right? I love that. And he was saying that, you know, there are life-changing emotional highs from that experience, and that when he was looking back down on Earth, he's a big environmentalist, so a lot of it was about that, and he was like, holy shit, yeah, you hear things aren't sustainable and environment, we argue about what we should do and how bad really is it, but when you look from space, it's a no-brainer Life as we know it is not sustainable on Earth, and I would argue that neither is the society, the way we're going at this point. So interesting view. But yeah, Russia in space, this is not new. And this competition with Russia, not new. 1969, people, okay? Many believe the way we got there was we had this fight in us to beat Russia. President Kennedy was like, we need to get there. And okay, pause for my conspiracy friends. Just go with me here, all right? I know the flag was moving, all right? But one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Let's just feel it. Just for right now, let's just feel it, okay? So Kennedy funded it. And so that's perhaps why we got there. $264 billion is what it would be in today's dollars. That's how much he put towards that mission, okay? To get Apollo 11 to the moon. At that time, it was 4.5% of the federal budget. Today, we put 0.5% towards it. So that's why privatization and bringing private companies in to stay ahead of Russia and be the innovators we know we can be, and have options to maybe live somewhere else, or at least drop the idiots off somewhere else, makes sense, right? So now NASA has this new program. It's called Commercial Crew, and they're making all these contracts with SpaceX, $3 billion contract, a $4 billion contract with Boeing. Blue Origin just signed something with Lockheed Martin and NASA. And so, you know, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of innovation from lots of different people, including the big three that I've mentioned, of course. And did I mention that Elon was the top of that? Yeah, okay. And there's also these things called tipping awards that NASA has. So they've given $43 million to 14 companies. And it's pretty cool. These 14 companies have to give 25% of the cost of the project themselves. But then they get this other money, $43 million, from NASA, which is a government agency, as you all know. And so these 14 companies are also innovating. So you've got privatization working with government. It's just beautiful. And they're working on, you know, sustainable energy and what can we do up there. One company is testing 3D printing to see if that can work. Lots of course, research into how to get us there cheaper and safer, so more of us can go. So a lot of work on that, which is awesome. So, you know, I just think all of that energy is good. And if you didn't think about space before this conversation, maybe you will just space out a little bit, if you will, because this trip to the land of Venus or the moon for real, or to swim in a lake that may exist on Mars, is going to happen for us sooner than later. And it can open up our mind and our options. So we should care. I'm pumped. Can you tell I'm pumped? I'm pumped. And I promise I'd be pumped even if Elon wasn't involved, but I'm especially pumped that Elon's involved. So, you know, maybe we'll take a rocket trip to start living as one people in one universe under one God. I don't know. But if it does, okay. I'll strap in if you'll strap in. Peace. Talk to you guys soon.
Better change up your perspective. It's something new.